Tonight, pacing the nation. Minnesota saw some of the highest voter turnout this election, what it says about the state. And transition standoff, the latest on the back and forth between President Trump and Joe Biden. Plus, 1 week out, the Christmas City of the North parade is almost here. The changes you need to know about.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Anthony Matt. Kristen is on assignment tonight. Thanks for joining us. Once again, Minnesota blew voter turnout out of the water this year. The Star Tribune is reporting absentee balloting helped drive Minnesota's highest voter turnout in 6 decades. CBS3's Leanne Valdez breaks down why that is.
It's just something that I think is baked into our culture, the local culture, quite a bit.
Minnesotans proved they love a good tradition during the 2020 election, says Iron Range political analyst Aaron Brown. According to the Star Tribune, 8 in 10 eligible Minnesotans voted in this year's election, a rate not seen in 60 years, and once again so far, the highest in the nation. Brown says aside from voter integrity, Minnesota's voter laws make it easy to have your voice heard.
You can register on the same day at the polling station.
Voters also rushed to drop off their ballots or decided to vote in person after a ruling from the Federal Appeals Court not to accept any mail-in votes after Election Day. Some did it anyway. Minnesota Public Radio reports that new figures from 82 of 87 counties compiled by the Secretary of State's office show only 2,436 ballots arrived after Election Day and had to be segregated under a federal court order. Star Tribune noted the COVID-19 pandemic pushed absentee ballots to an all-time high this election year. It was a different story for the city of Cook as they saw more in-person voting.
202 in person and 110 absentee votes.
Cook election judge says it's the highest they have ever seen.
I think that was probably our highest absentee turnout.
According to the Star Tribune, Wisconsin saw a 76% voter turnout increase from the 2016 election. All right, let's get a check at the weather. Dave, cold start to the day for a lot of us today.
Yeah, it seemed like a 76% decrease in temperatures. Around,
probably close.
Especially in northern Minnesota this morning. Single digits for a lot of towns. So let's take a look at this morning's lows, which were as cool as 3 in Hibbing, 5 International Falls, only 6 for Grand Rapids, and 9 in Big Fork, Silver Bay there as well. A bit warmer once you got into Wisconsin and Michigan, 19 in Watersmeet, for example, and 18 in Solon Springs. Now we take a look at the high temps that came around today. Well, pretty close to 30 degrees for a lot of places, which is cooler than normal. The normal's around 38. International Falls might have been one of the closer towns to get there. Icebox of the Nation left the door open today. They hit 35 degrees. Well, tomorrow we might hit 40 degrees, and that sets us up for perhaps a sloppy mix. Forecast tonight says clouds are on the increase. Should be mostly cloudy with a much warmer low because of the clouds tomorrow. 24 for a lot of our towns. Then Saturday gets a 50% chance for a rain-snow mix, which may be slippery. And then slightly cooler on Sunday, a 60% chance for light snow that might try to stick. I'll talk about where it'll do that coming up in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. President Trump has yet to concede the White House race to Joe Biden, but today he spoke publicly for the first time since the election was called on Saturday. The president spoke about the race to create a coronavirus vaccine, but did not mention either the election or Mr. Biden. Natalie Brand reports from Wilmington, Delaware.
In his first public statement since his projected election loss, President Trump discussed a coronavirus vaccine.
We're doing it in less than 1 year. If you had a different administration with different people, what we've done would have taken, in my opinion, 3, 4, 5 years.
He did not directly address his continued challenges to the election, but seemed to acknowledge future COVID policy may not be his decision to make.
Ideally, we won't go to a lockdown. I will not go. This administration will not be going to a lockdown. Hopefully, the whatever happens in the future, who knows which administration will be. I guess time will tell. But I can tell you this administration will not go to a lockdown.
On Friday, winners were finally projected in the 2 still undecided states. CBS News projects North Carolina went to President Trump, and President-elect Joe Biden is the presumptive winner in Georgia, where all the ballots are now being recounted by hand. The CBS News estimate shows Biden with 306 electoral votes, the same number Mr. Trump won in 2016. Here in Delaware, Biden continues to meet with transition advisors while waiting for the Trump administration to give the sign-off that would allow funding and access to agencies and top-level intelligence briefings for the president-elect.
You need real-time information to deal with crises of the moment.
Transition advisor Jen Psaki says the 9/11 Commission noted the need for an incoming president to be up to speed on day one.
We just want to get access to intelligence information, to threat assessments, to the ongoing work on COVID so that we can prepare to govern.
Transition advisors also warned the delay could create roadblocks for the incoming administration to tackle COVID-19 since they're not directly engaged with current federal officials.
Meanwhile, in Michigan, Governor Gretchen Whitmer is also saying the state is now in the worst part of the pandemic. She and state health officials warn of some of the deadliest days ahead if people do not change their behaviors. COVID-19 has killed nearly 8,000 people in Michigan in about 8 months.
I am recognizing that we have got work to do to make sure that the actions we take are really aimed at bringing the spread down. These numbers continue on the trajectory we're on. We will be having to take additional steps. There's no question.
The governor says hospitalizations have increased fivefold in 5 weeks, and patient count is expected to double in just 2 weeks to an all-time high. Meanwhile, Wisconsin has reached 300,000 confirmed COVID-19 cases today. The state's cases grew by a third in just 18 days. About 7,800 new cases were reported today and 58 new deaths. Now, health experts are saying we all need to come together to beat the virus.
We need help from the rest of society. We need politicians to get along. We need people to agree on a path that will work. We'll advise from a scientific standpoint, but at the end of the day, we can't make people change their behavior.
Wisconsin's governor is advising everyone to stay home as much as possible. He also announced there will be no Christmas tree at the Capitol this year. In Minnesota, Governor Tim Walz today spoke during an over-the-phone media briefing. He announced the opening of 11 new COVID-19 testing sites across Minnesota, including the one we reported yesterday in Hibbing. Walz said, compared to the spread rates in the first 7 months of the pandemic, Minnesota's recent rates are staggering.
It took us about 7 months, 27 weeks, to reach 100,000 cases in Minnesota. It took 7 weeks, a little short of 2 months, to reach 200,000, add the next 100,000. It will take us less than 3 weeks to reach 300,000.
The state today also announced the introduction of a new texting program. Those who test positive or were in close contact with someone COVID-19 positive will receive a text letting them know and informing them the health department will call with more information and further contact tracing. Small businesses are hoping you shop local this holiday season, especially as many businesses have been hit due to the pandemic. Duluth's Greater Downtown Council is bringing back its annual Red Curtain event where businesses decorate and light up their storefronts for the holidays. The storefronts are covered with a red curtain starting Monday and will be revealed later in the week. Council officials hope this winter can be a rebound for any businesses hurt by the pandemic.
And so our businesses are being very creative and accommodating to the customers. And so if individuals can support them, that is one of the most important things so that we continue to have these businesses and keep them healthy.
Christy Stokes, who we just heard from there, believes the event brings more vibrancy and color to the downtown area during the holiday season. We're now about 1 week away from the Christmas City of the North Parade. The popular holiday event will happen this year, but with some COVID safety changes. Northwestern High School from the Maple School District has marched in every parade during its 62-year history. This year, they and all the other bands will not be able to safely perform live. Instead, their performances are pre-recorded, ensuring social distancing. Students and teachers say they're just happy to still be involved.
The parade is absolutely worth it. Like, all the struggles are absolutely worth it to be part of the parade.
Obviously, we all wish that things were like they were a year ago or hopefully will be a year from now. But I'm happy we're able to contribute in any way possible. It's just what we do. You'd have to convince us otherwise.
And they're not the only ones. Your favorite dance groups will also be performing in pre-recorded segments this year. And a reminder, you can only watch the parade on air and online this year. It will not be broadcast you cannot attend in person. Well, if you need some help shoveling snow this winter, the city of Duluth might have a solution. Duluth is launching its snow removal assistance program again. You can apply if you're over 60 years old, have a disability, or are dealing with financial problems. The service is limited, so it's a first-come, first-served basis. We have a link to apply on our website. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, all businesses have been hit hard this year thanks to COVID-19. Learn how one Iron Range staple is learning to cope with the challenges. Coming up next.
Today's Duluth high was 29 degrees, 8 degrees cooler than normal. Tomorrow we may go towards normal for a day, which may trigger a rain-snow mix. We'll talk about how much could come down come Sunday when it gets a little bit cooler and lighter snows take over. That's all right after the break.
Live, local, CBS 3 News at 10 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS 3.
The Kelly Clarkson Show right here.
Weekdays at 3 on CBS 3.
Wow, a new Buick for me?
To James from James. That's just what I wanted.
Is this a new Buick?
I Secret Santed myself.
I shouldn't have. I have been very good this year.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
This year turned Black Friday into Buick Friday, all month long. Now during Buick Friday, pay no interest for 84 months on most 2020 Buick SUV models.
Even if you've never gotten a flu shot, 2020 is the year to do so. Memorial Medical Center, your local health departments, and area tribes are encouraging you to get a seasonal flu shot to protect yourself and others. A seasonal flu shot is the best defense against flu, especially when COVID-19 is still a risk.
Menards has you covered. Refresh your walls with Smart Coat paint from Zinsser. Smart Coat provides ultra-smooth coverage and a uniform finish. Choose from hundreds of colors or have a color custom matched for you. Smart Coat is now 11% off. Once the painting's done, touch up your wooden projects with Minwax. With a variety of stains and finishes, Minwax will have what you need to finish the job. All Minwax products are 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. Because adventure still needs chasing, we gave the newly redesigned 2021 Subaru Crosstrek a more powerful engine. Plus, standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. And Subaru is the most trusted brand for 6 years running, according to Kelley Blue Book. Love, it's what makes Subaru, Subaru.
Lease a new 2021 Subaru Crosstrek for only $199 a month. Visit Miller Hill Subaru today at 4710 Miller Truck Highway, online at millerhill.com.
Real steel. Find yours. And find what fuels you. Not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot. Pick up at over 9,000 local steel dealers. Find yours at steeldealers.com.
Live, local, CBS 3. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, it's the second week of Minnesota Deer Camp, and tonight a lot of folks are spending the night in shacks like this. This one's around Brookston. This one's owned by Dan Fortune. Dan's birthday is tomorrow. He turns 70. And, of course, this time of year for Minnesotans, Wisconsinites, and folks in the UP, it is a tradition to go out and snuggle into one of these cozy shacks and then get up awfully early and get out into the cold. Well, tomorrow morning won't be quite as cold as it was this morning. And in the afternoon, it may be a bit wet and not that pleasant for the deer hunters, but that is part of the challenge. And we'll talk about challenging road conditions coming up potentially tomorrow afternoon in just a bit. But first, we have the easygoing current conditions. It's 26 above, 69% for the relative humidity with a south wind 13 miles per hour, 29.92 inches of mercury, 1,013 millibars, textbook neutral as far as pressure goes of the air, not too high and not too low. But it should go down tomorrow as a low comes to call. Clouds go up, and tomorrow afternoon there's a chance for a rain-snow mix, which could make roadways slippery. Current temps right now in the UP run from 21 to 25. North Shore numbers are going from 19 to 35. Much of inland Wisconsin, even lakeside Wisconsin's in the upper 20s, and a good chunk of Minnesota's in the 20s as well. Big Fork at 30 degrees, the warm spot there. And again, because of the cloud cover tonight, tomorrow morning's low temps will not be as brisk as they were this morning. Hibbing should be a lot warmer than it was this morning. Let's just put it that way. And tomorrow afternoon's high temps will go towards 40, which will be a hair warmer than normal, at least for a day. It'll cool back down by Sunday. Doppler map right now shows clouds are starting to infiltrate the region here from a low pressure system that is off towards our west, and it's going to bring us a 50% chance for that rain-snow mix Saturday afternoon and evening. Then when the low gets a little bit out of the area here, its backside comes through, takes temperatures down just cool enough to create flurries or light snow. And that light snow could try to stick Sunday morning to the tune of a trace to about an inch for most towns, although the Ely area still seems to want to double down and get pretty close to 2 inches there. Then after that, come Monday, we will dry up and clear up, but not really warm up. Tonight, temperature-wise in Minnesota, you get the 20s with a mostly cloudy sky. For Wisconsin and Michigan, Michigan has its deer season opener on Sunday. Tonight, though, mostly cloudy with low temps in the 20s. For tomorrow, in Wisconsin and the UP, 50% chance for rain-snow mix in the afternoon and evening. High temps around 40 and a cloudy sky. And it's pretty cloudy in Minnesota tomorrow, too, with the same 50% shot for afternoon showers mixed in with a couple of snow flurries. I don't think anything's going to add up on Saturday. Again, it's going to be Sunday when we get the chance for the trace to an inch or so. 60% shot for that. And then higher pressure dries us up, suns us up a bit, too, from Monday, Tuesday into Wednesday. Come next Thursday and Friday, though, we could be facing a similar situation to what we get for the weekend, Tony, with getting close to 40 again, cloudier sky, and a chance for a rain-snow mix.
What a difference for deer hunters this weekend as opposed to last weekend, huh?
Yeah, last weekend was too warm. Tomorrow maybe too wet.
Yeah.
It's really never perfect, and that's, of course, to the animal's advantage.
It sure is. Thanks, Dave. An Iron Range staple has been looking to open a brand new Duluth location, but 2020 has thrown them a curveball. Boomtown Woodfire and Grill was hoping to have a new Duluth location up and running by now at the old Sunset Bar and Grill. However, they put everything on hold as soon as COVID-19 hit. For now, the owners are not sure what the future holds for the new location quite yet.
Business was booming. Things were going great. We were opening up our 4th location, and our intention was to be open sometime around Memorial Day weekend. And now with COVID, everything is completely different. Everything has changed, and we really don't know what the future looks like at this point.
The owners remain hopeful that they may be able to open the new Duluth location by February, but that is contingent on the pandemic. Still to come, COVID-19 has changed the school year for many student athletes this year. Tonight, find out why parents want them to play.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
For the past 10 years, Healthy Systems USA has been helping people lose weight. Are you ready to be next? Lose up to 50 pounds by the holidays. It's healthy and fast. Call us for a free consultation or go online. HealthySystemsUSA.com.
It's the pre-Thanksgiving sale at Fleet Farm. Shop in-store and online for huge savings on things like all Melissa and Doug toys. 30% off our low fleet price. And Eskimo 8-inch pistol bit ice auger, only $149.99. And get a free $50 Fleet Farm gift card when you spend $300 on any Milwaukee or DeWalt products. But hurry, these deals won't last long. Fleet Farm, the brands you trust.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. From value-priced softeners to the world's best and even salt-free. No one has more solutions than Culligan to customize the best filtration for your home. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
Medicare isn't everyone's favorite thing to shop for, but with UCare, it might be worth a browse because right now, UCare is offering a $0 premium plan statewide. And unlike original Medicare, you also get prescription drugs, doctor visits, dental, hearing, and glasses. Fire off any questions to a decomplicator today. Hey, it's what we're here for. UCare, people-powered health plans.
At Super One Foods, we go to great measures to deliver you with top quality meat every day. Try our whole chicken fryers for only 88 cents a pound and get whole pork butt roast for just $1.19 a pound. Plus, we provide the best of the best in fresh produce. Get Honey Crisp apples for just $1.66 a pound and get Dole organic bananas for just 77 cents a pound. Through all that we do, we've got you in mind. Super One Foods, serving you lower prices and better choices.
You can have a great time out at Fond Duluth and get paid for it. From frontline customer service to something more technical, your new career could be right in downtown Duluth. Stop in during business hours or go to our website to find job listings and apply.
Season 2 is here. The Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS3.
For the past 10 years, Healthy Systems USA has been helping people lose weight. Are you ready to be next? Lose up to 50 pounds by the holidays. It's healthy and fast. Call us for a free consultation or go online. HealthySystemsUSA.com.
Northwest Outlet is #1 when it comes to kids' winter clothing from the North Face and Columbia.
You work hard for your money and deserve to see it go the extra mile. Join us Wednesday mornings and hear from local experts on tips to better manage your finances in Eye on Money on live, local CBS3. Brought to you by MPPL Financial. Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on live, local CBS3.
After the Duluth School District called a timeout on sports, some athletes and parents hope they'll put that decision under review. Under the current plan, high school sports already in action will halt starting next week, and winter sports will have their seasons delayed at least 3 weeks. School leaders say they made the call with health and safety in mind. Now a Facebook group called Let Them Play Duluth is encouraging the community to share their thoughts with the school district. They've even started an online petition. CBS 3's Ryan Campos spoke with Denfeld hockey players on their reaction to the district freezing play.
Athletes experienced a mixed bag of emotions following the announcement sports in the Duluth School District will be paused. That includes the start of high school hockey.
I was kind of shocked, kind of mad at the same time.
I was surprised that we had to cancel another week, but I kind of already seen it coming.
As practices were set to begin later this month, Denfeld's boys hockey team and many other athletes will now have to wait until at least December 13th.
I want to play, so hopefully we can somehow pull it off and get a season.
And with this extra break before the season starts, staying prepared and ready to hit the ice is even more challenging.
Nutrition has to be a big thing now because I don't get to have as much ice time as I want to, but just sticking up on your nutrition. I'm able to work out with a couple friends that graduated a couple years ago, and then we've been lucky enough to get a couple ice times here and there.
Duluth Public Schools Superintendent John Magus says putting sports on pause wasn't an easy call.
These are drastic measures that we need to be really thoughtful about and really make sure that we are taking as we said, decisive action.
He says it's an effort to put the community in better shape as COVID-19 cases continue to rise in Duluth and St. Louis County.
As a community, can we take responsibility? Can we lower our numbers? And if so, then there might be a greater chance of us being able to, or there would be the opportunity for us to return to more in-person learning and potentially resume our athletics and activities.
That's why Hunter players are urging you to do your part so they can have a season.
I just feel like if everybody just keeps wearing masks, keeps staying safe, we'll be able to have that and relieve that stress and have some fun this year.
Depending on case numbers, athletes could be back on the court, ice, or hill by December 13th. Coming up in sports, playoff football in Wisconsin. Kelly's got the highlights coming up.
Live, local CBS3.
What do you get when you add care from Essentia Health and coverage from UCare? Essentia Care, now available for a more affordable price. Essentia Care's Medicare Advantage plans have premiums that start at $0 per month in select counties. You'll be able to see your Essentia Health provider at our 15 hospitals and 71 clinics. Plus, Essentia Care plans allow you the freedom to see any provider who accepts Medicare. Compare and shop plans at ucare.org/EssentiaCare.
Because adventure still needs chasing. We gave the newly redesigned 2021 Subaru Crosstrek a more powerful engine. Plus, standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. And Subaru is the most trusted brand for 6 years running, according to Kelley Blue Book. Love, it's what makes Subaru, Subaru.
Lease a new 2021 Subaru Crosstrek for only $199 a month. Visit Miller Hill Subaru today at 4710 Miller Truck Highway, online at millerhill.com.
Still hard to find a spot, just easier to park. Still the big move, just more moving. Still singing, just more in tune. Still the gang's all here, just less are we there yet. The Chevy family of SUVs, making life's journey just better.
Now during the Chevy Cyber Sales event, use $500 Cyber Cash on most SUV models to get $5,250 total cash allowance on most 2020 Equinox models. Visit ChevyCyberSalesEvent.com today.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northland still to this day. From environmental issues to economics and so much more. Join me, Kristen Baki, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining, a fair and unbiased report that answers the tough questions surrounding the world of mining.
Eye on Mining with Kristen Baki. Tuesdays at 10 only on live local CBS3. Brought to you by Iron Mining Association.
Red Zone Live is the perfect opportunity to get all of your local high school football in one place. And you're getting perspective and analysis from a former player himself, right, Neil?
That's right, Kelly. I played 4 years in the high school level and 4 years in the college level.
You can't help but feed off the energy of all these schools and all these athletes. I'm Kelly Hinseth.
And I'm Neil Viersba.
You can watch Red Zone Live following the news every Friday night during the high school football season starting at 10:20 on CBS3.
Every second of every day, it happens. Something big, something worth talking about. News happens, and you can't wait for it. You need to be constantly digging, asking, hunting, wanting more. More truth, more real answers. More who, what, where, when, and why. And it's about you. It's about now. It's about wherever, whenever. At Live Local CBS3, it's about the news. Your neighborhood news. Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinseth.
Not every high school football team will have the privilege of playing in the postseason this year, unfortunately, for any number of reasons. But the Northwestern Tigers, they get to forge onward. In the Division III playoffs taking on St. Croix Central in Hudson, they had to move this game. The Tigers stuck with what's been working with them all season long, giving the rock to the bull. Brendan Werner dragging the defenders across the goal line. Makes it 7-0 Tigers going the other way in the second quarter. This time, Bull Werner only needs a yard. Northwestern takes a 14-0 lead into the half. Score stays the same into the fourth quarter. St. Croix Central down to their last chance on fourth down, but Tanner Kaufman shuts the door. That's a huge sack, and Northwestern gets a 14-0 shutout win to open the D3 playoffs. And elsewhere in Division 4, Spooner, Elk Mound, Spooner falls in triple overtime. A thriller this season comes to an end with the 20-14 loss. And in 8-man action, Frederick and Northwest Solon Springs had their game canceled tonight, but the siren against McDonald Central game was on. First drive of the game, Tanner Upsell spies a wide-open Dale Petrault. The Max turned that into 8 points. Upsell punches in another touchdown on their very next drive. Siren goes on to fall tonight, 64-16, the final. And I am very happy to report that college hockey season has Notre Dame hosting Ryder Donovan's Wisconsin Badgers. Only family and media invited in to see it tonight. First period, Linus Weisbach lit the lamp first for Bucky off a beauty of a feed from Ty Pelton Weiss. 1-0 after one. To the second, Badgers on the power play closing in. Their offense on the slot, and Dylan Holloway, the 14th overall pick in this year's NHL draft, whips home a wrister. The future Oiler makes it a 2-goal game, and that would stand the night. The first W of the season goes to Wisconsin. 2-0, they win the final. Meanwhile, on the other side, in this state, it was a rough night for the Gophers. We'll just leave it at that. They take on an Iowa team that had struggled just as much as them tonight. Tyler Goodson runs all over the Gopher defense. Minnesota falls to 1-3 with the 35-7 loss. They will host Purdue next Friday. I have to say that the boat might be sinking, folks. Football lost one of its most accomplished veterans today as former Green Bay Packers and Notre Dame great Paul Hornung died at age 84. The Louisville Sports Commission announced earlier today. The four-time NFL champion and former Heisman Trophy winner, the longtime running back, was a staple of the Packers' 1960 title teams. He died today in his hometown of Louisville, Kentucky, after a long battle with dementia. Famously nicknamed the Golden Boy and deemed by coaching legend Vince Lombardi as the greatest player I ever coached and the best all-around back ever. Hornung was the first overall pick in the 1957 NFL Draft and played 9 seasons with the Packers, winning 4 championships as well as Super Bowl I. Well, the Minnesota Vikings Frontline Features is recognizing extraordinary Minnesotans who have overcome challenges to make a difference for others during the COVID-19 pandemic. And this week's honoree is Chisholm resident Justin Bakatoon, a school custodian who also works as an EMT with Chisholm Ambulance. Bakatoon has taken on extra hours to make sure enough coverage existed for emergencies at the expense of leisure time and dinners with his family in order to help those in need without hesitation. Many days involved overnight calls followed by working at school and returning to help with homework. Very, very cool for the Vikings to do that. That's going to do it for sports tonight. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
You are not alone. Our whole community is pulling together, from your healthcare team
To your first responders, to your police force,
to keep our community healthy and safe. If you can, please stay home during this time. This will slow the spread of the virus and can help save lives. By staying apart, we keep our community together. For the latest on COVID-19, please visit the CDC and Minnesota Department of Health websites.
we're ready. We're united.
We're here.
New Duluth Auto is the Duluth used car dealer. We have plenty of makes and models to choose from. Nissan, Honda, Toyota, and we even carry multiple options for our most popular vehicle, the Subaru Forester. Large cargo space, all-wheel drive, what's not to love? All of our vehicles are priced under $20,000. To make these deals even sweeter, there is a 1 to 5 year warranty included on all vehicles. Give us a call, stop by, or view our inventory online at newduluthauto.net. Because here at New Duluth Auto, we are your Duluth used car dealer.
Moving to mornings, obviously, with Jenna, I had worked weekends with her, and it was great. We're always there to be able to still joke around, still have that personality, but still obviously bring the news, the weather.
Caitlin has been there since day one when I first started at CBS3, and she's super knowledgeable about meteorology. She loves it, and she's so interested in teaching other people things about it as well. And I just think we're such a good pair for that reason.
Watch Jenna and Caitlin in the morning at 5 and 6 a.m. on CBS3.
A major ruling by the state's high court will tell you why some
power. They have sales. They also say that people are ready to get out and shout.
Hope for an old mining project.
With the legislative session ending last...
The Miller Hill Mall in Duluth is open once again.
They gave us 3 hours to shut down, and they gave us 10 seconds to open.
Local reaction after 650 people were laid off.
Lawmakers in Minnesota can't...
To stay up to date with the news and weather that impacts you and your community, continue watching live local CBS3.
Well, even though concerts have been put on hold this year, rock and roll is still very much alive. Legendary rockers AC/DC have released their 17th album today. It's called Power Up. Nearly all of the classic lineup is back. Frontman Brian Johnson, bassist Cliff Williams, drummer Phil Rudd, and of course, lead guitarist Angus Young. Collectors and music buffs may be interested in the deluxe box set. The front lights up, flashing the neon AC/DC logo, while the opening bars of their song Shot in the Dark blast out of the built-in speaker. It also features a 20-page booklet and USB charging cable, so that light can always stay powered on. I know our director Ryan says he's the biggest AC/DC fan out there, so if you feel like you can challenge that, maybe we can arrange a trivia off. Dave, my favorite AC/DC song, probably Hell's Bells, but favorite weather-related one, Thunderstruck.
Yeah, let's get an anvil and play that hillbilly version of Thunderstruck.
There you go.
Doing, doing, doing. All right, let's hammer into the extended forecast for the week ahead. Starts off a little bit rough, not thundery, but a little bit rough with a rain-snow mix possible Saturday, a little light snow possible Sunday.
Have a great weekend.